I'd be very interested in your views, what you're doing for diversity, how it helps you, and maybe even stuff that you've done that hasn't worked.
Well, you were after examples, and I can just give you one that was
Sorry. Are you going to tell
a foreign national,
Yes.
based in London,
Yes. Working for you.
working for us, doing good fly-in, fly-out work in his home country. And we really needed him, in fact, to relocate home and run our office there. And found it very, very difficult to get his agreement, or bafflingly so, to the point where it was causing quite significant tension. And then, unbeknownst, on the back of the CG, the Capital Group Pride work that we had been doing, as all your firms have been doing, he was brave enough to come out and say that he was gay. The very reason he was in London was because he was gay. His family didn't know he was gay, and he didn't want to go home for that reason. But having told us, decided in fact he would go home and tell his family. And
because your response was so positive.
Correct. And we got the person we wanted, doing the job we wanted, in the place we wanted it. He got to somehow change his life, and all because of this background work we're all doing, but it has real life-changing consequences.
You told me a story over the phone, I don't know whether you want to repeat it for this forum, what you had done in the sort of LGBT space, because I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, so we think a lot about cognitive diversity. We think about bringing teams together of all different backgrounds. And on the LGBT front, we run something called Lazard Proud. And we had this fantastic event last December where we had people of all backgrounds and orientations talk about their personal experiences. And it was really interesting. It was in front of a wide audience. It was completely voluntary to go along. But it was very interesting to learn how, if you have to hide yourself from your colleagues, how much energy that saps. Yeah. And it's, as you open up the organisation, you should make sure that everybody feels they can be completely open about their backgrounds. We've got senior people in the business, that are from all orientations, and they're quite open about it, and that really encourages others to follow.
I think that also plays into culture and leadership, because there's a lot of technical stuff that everybody focuses on, but actually it's celebrating diversity that becomes really important, that makes people really proud to do stuff.
We're having a program where we have a party coming in based on stories that have actually been collected from within the company, and they play them out in front of us. Just to see and make it more visible, rather than putting the finger up and saying this is what you need to be doing different. It's showcasing this is how an organisation goes.
They reenact them.
Right. And that has provoked a lot of conversations with us.
Anonymity.
We've done some of those too.
Have you?
A lot of conversations.
With anonymity. Essentially.
Yeah, well, it actually goes, and it's the joking that goes around, and they play that out, and the jokes that go around and saying, well, you're going to go off on maternity anyway, so I'm going to take this, and I'm doing this. Yeah. But it's based on stories that came from within in the company. I've had a number of people that came up to me afterwards saying, I didn't say a couple of things today that I otherwise would have done, and now I'm much more aware of what the other person might think about this. I thought it was...
And you said you've been doing that as well.
It was very helpful. We haven't done it in the last couple of years, but we did a whole series of them probably 3-4 years ago, really focusing on just how complicated this diversity topic is, because it's obviously diversity by gender, diversity by ethnicity, which looks very different in our different offices around the world. But crucially, this diversity of how people are, how they think, and even in a courteous and benign environment, which I think ours is, how certain strands of opinion can get crowded out. And this slightly comic reenactment of recognisable scenes from daily life at Capital did an extremely good job of shining a spotlight on that last bit, which is people who choose at crucial moments to keep their mouths shut for whatever reason, and how easily that can happen.